Growing up in Kenya, my sister and I were very close. But like any sisters, we fought a lot. She always got new clothes, and I always got hand-me-downs. Now, she's putting her children through school in Kenya. We still fight sometimes, especially when I send money for the kids. I tell her, buy some clothes for the younger one, and we both laugh.
With nearly 500,000 locations, our app and online, this is moving money for better.
Hi farmer people, how you they do? My name is Rebelkas. I don't come back again, no? Introducing Dr. Jackery Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We are coming to you from the greatest city in the world.
New York City!
Yes. New York City is so great that despite what Donald Trump has turned into in the last 1 year, New York City is not known for embarrassing America. Yes. Never. We don't do that in New York. Even our criminals are top-notch. Hey. Now, the same thing cannot be said of the criminals from other parts of the United States. Hey. No, I don't believe this. Here is one armed robber in Pennsylvania in action. Watch.
I don't have anything in my wallet. We can do this the hard way or we can do this the easy way, man. Let me see your wallet and let me see your phone. I need it all right now.
I know. The man got all the right moves, you know. Give me the money. Do you want it the easy way or the hard way? He also nailed the voice. But one thing he failed to do was just the first thing they always say in real estate and in everything. It's about location. The man did not look back. He did not look back before he started the operation. Because if he had done so, he would have noticed that a police vehicle was right behind the taxi he was robbing.
And you got? Sir, I don't have anything in my wallet. I don't carry your wallet and your phone. I need your wallet and... No, please don't get my phone. There's a cop behind this. There's a cop behind this.
I know. Don't worry. The good news is that such treatments you see the police going to arrest the man, they don't do that to politicians. Because if it were to be extended to politicians, Donald Trump would have been in jail by now. Oh yeah, I know. By the time you watch this, maybe Donald Trump will be like 400 delegates away from winning the presidential nomination of the Republican Party. Are you not impressed?
Of course.
But sometime last week, after Mitt Romney called him, what did Mitt Romney call him?
Donald Trump is a phony, a fraud. His promises are as worthless as a degree from Trump University.
Phony and fraud.
Hey.
And other people started calling him pugnacious, petulant, pandering, pathetic, pernicious, patronizing, presumptuous, potty-mouthed, provocative, and pompous. They called him all these things. As expected, Donald Trump came out on TV and defended himself. Watch him.
Mitt Romney got up and made a speech the other day. No, that's okay. Look, no, I understand. No, he's a very nice man. But, I understand. Look, it's hard. When you go through this and then you get to the final gate and you don't get over it, it's a hard thing.
Yeah. Trump presented the fabulous Trump products as a way of proving that he is not a fraud. Now, even though his hair is fake and his university is also fake, but Trump products are not fake.
We have water, and it's a very successful, it's a private little water company, and I supply the water for all my places, and it's good, but it's very good. Trump steaks. Where are the steaks? Do we have steaks? We have Trump steaks.
Are you sure? No, they're not fake. He got me with that steak when he was giving out steak, and I wanted one of them. I wanted to get one, It turns out that Donald Trump does not produce any of these things. Wow. In fact, some of them they were discontinued 10 years ago. Hey. But that did not hurt Trump in the polls. No. Now, the man is cruising to a landslide victory. The same thing cannot be said of the government of Tanzania. I know. The 3-month-old government had done wonderful things that most African countries will not do in 30 and 20 years. Oh yeah, the son of a peasant farmer who became president some 3 months ago, John Magufuli. They now call him Magnificent. They say that he is a bulldozer. Wow. The man has done wonders. He banned government officials from useless foreign trips. He said no more. He ordered the end to government conferences at expensive hotels. Wow. No, he didn't end there. He told Tanzanian parliament that he was not elected to make speeches and blame other people for the country's problems, but to solve the problems he inherited. I'm like, wink, wink, Buhari. The man went to a hospital and discovered that people were on the bed, on the floor. There were no beds for patients. You know what he did? He told the parliament that he's cancelling their money allowances and he's using that to build hospitals. Really? Wow. Can you imagine Buhari doing something like that? Now, but the other day, the government of Tanzania made a deadly mistake. They banned government officials and government workers in Tanzania from using social media and chat apps during work hours. Imagine the nonsense. Transport and Communication Ministry officials warned their workers that gossiping on social media will lead to dismissal. Now, one quick question. Now, if you are dismissed from your government work and it was not posted on your Facebook update, did it really happen? Now, second question is this. How will government officials enforce this social media ban if they are not on social media themselves to monitor? Anyway, it's like saying that you are banning Nigerian workers from reading newspapers when their groundnut is wrapped in newspapers. You can't do that. Now, I'm sure the world will end. The world will end if Kim Kardashian takes a selfie in California and it travels around the world in seconds, and people across the world, they see this selfie, with the exception of people in Tanzania. That would be terrible, you know? That would be terrible. Everybody at the same time, yeah. Now, talking about things traveling. South African President Jacob Zuma was in Nigeria last week. Did you see him? Oh, yeah. After surviving a vote of no confidence in South Africa, he came to hang out in Nigeria. Zuma came at the right time when Nigeria was giving out made in Nigerian women. They were just giving it. Did I make? Okay, listen to Dino.
Mr. President, we will also move in order to encourage the production of made in Nigerian products in Nigeria. Begin to talk about made in Nigerian women.
Yeah. Dino. By the way, Dino promised to reveal his made in Nigerian woman when he's ready. He will reveal her the same way he reveals his new cars. I just hope. Dino 1, Dino 2. I just hope that he will remember to wipe the blood from the woman's mouth before he reveals the woman to us. He beats his women. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not sure what gift Nigeria gave to Zuma, but the truth is that if Nigeria had wanted to strengthen ties with South Africa, they should have given Zuma one of Dino's made in Nigeria women. Don't you think so? And maybe Nigeria did, because during that visit, Zuma made this surprising announcement. Watch.
Things that were either confiscated or went to South Africa unknown, etc. The two governments are working on those matters so that they would be returned back.
Wow. Did you hear him? Yeah. He said that they are going to give back the money that you remember that money that they confiscated in South Africa. You remember the money? Yeah. Now, during the visit to Nigeria, President Zuma addressed Nigeria's joint National Assembly, the Senate and the House of Rep. I wasn't sure if it was part of the plan. I have this feeling that Zuma decided to address Nigeria's National Assembly when he had the Senate leader talking about, what he said on the floor. Remember? No? Watch.
Finally, in support of this motion and my call, I will read first, starting with the Senate President.
I know. Even if the Senate had nothing to discuss but second and third wives, they should have waited for Zuma to go home before they start that conversation. You bet that Zuma did not go empty-handed. He can't leave Nigeria. They must have given Zuma one woman to take home. Now, we are grateful that Zuma will return the money that Suki and Jonathan flew into South Africa. In that, I remember Pastor Ayo Oriso Jeffo's plane. That money, yeah, Zuma said he would. We are happy, We're also happy that the government of Switzerland, they've announced that they will return another $321 million from Abacha's loot. Dollars, yeah. You know what that means? It means now that that last days, you remember Abacha's last days when he before the prostitutes walked into Aso Rock? You remember when? No, he said to Nigerians, "You will thank me later." We didn't understand it then. Now we understand. You know, we're now thanking him for the loots he stole yesterday that is helping us now to run our economy. Now, talking about loots of today and its consequences. Did you guys watch the horror on the face of Imo State Governor, Mr. Rochas Okorocha, when he was wrapped up in a Biafran flag in London? Did you watch it? Okay, it was an exaggeration. Let me start the story from the beginning. As soon as the EFCC picked up Governor Okorocha's aides for stealing bailout money, you know, the money that were given to the governor to pay state workers, Okorocha went to London. I said he went to London. I didn't say he ran to London. I said he went to London. So Okorocha appeared at Chatham House in London to give a lecture titled The Dialectics of Prudently Managing a Third World Economy in a Depressed Commodity Market. Really? Oh, yeah, I know. Why are you saying bullshit? Eh? You have not listened to the lecture. Oh well. Neither did the people who gathered at that house. They didn't listen to the lecture. Because Okorocha's abracadabra was stopped on its track when a Biafran activist stood up and called the governor a liar and a murderer. Watch.
Nobody that government. Sit down. Sit down. Make your point. They killed my brothers and sisters in the city where you govern, and you think I'm going to come here and start laughing with you? You made a point. Sit down. Sit down. So, man, if I don't sit down, you come. They throw you out. You made a point. You sit down. Respect me. Amen.
I know. At one point, the public intellectuals who had gathered to listen to Okorocha they had their CVs in their pockets ready to give the man. They told the Biafran that it was enough embarrassment. It was enough embarrassment for the day. I had one of them say to the man, he said, "He is our thief. He is our thief." Sorry, I mean chief. He meant our chief. Yeah. What's wrong with me? Eh? It's our chief, not our thief. It's our chief. No. That was the end of the speech for Okorocha. But he did not return to his state, Imo State, immediately. No! Do you know why? Tomato Juice, do you know why?
I don't know.
He had ordered a 30% cut in the January salary of Imo State workers.
Wow.
Now, wait a minute. He was paying January salary in March. Anyway. You know what? Our elders said that a fowl that farts fears the ground is stepson. Do you know that? You know that proverb? It's deep. Talking about salaries, I'm a strong advocate for openness. The more a government is open, the easier for the people to follow and to be led. It also helps the people to understand their government and, if need be, to sympathize with them. Recently, the Nigerian military released the salary structure of the army. Did you see that? Oh yeah, look at how much they pay a captain. Look at this. Look at how much they pay a lieutenant. Look at how much they pay a major. Look at how much they pay a general. Can you see that? Boy, oh boy. Looking at these figures, a lot of generals have a lot of explaining to do. Now, talking about people who need to explain things. Did you guys catch President Buhari's interview with Al Jazeera? Did you watch it? Oh, it was off the hook. No, I didn't say that the president was off the hook. I mean, the interview was off the hook. The more Buhari grants interviews, the more he leaves no one in doubt that he's back here to complete what he started in 1980s. That's what I think. Here is Buhari's reaction when Al Jazeera reporter asked him about the padding of the budget. Watch.
There was budget padding, there were duplications, and there were miscalculations. A suggestion, therefore, that even within your own ranks, there is corruption.
You know more about our budget than I do.
That's what I said. Yeah, I could not believe this. The man was surprised that the reporter knew more about the budget than him. Now, one interesting part of the interview was when the reporter asked Buhari about Biafra. Watch.
We're seeing the Indigenous Peoples Organization of Biafra, IPOB. They are protesting peacefully for the most part on a regular basis. And there has been video, I could show you some video that's been posted of a very...
No, thank you.
Wow!
Buhari did not want to see the video at all. He said, no, don't show me the clip. I don't want to see that. he just no. Meanwhile, the woman still played the clip. Of course. Now, asked about the implication of Nigeria joining Saudi Arabia in that Islamic coalition to fight terror, Buhari said this. Watch.
Christians seem to be complaining and wondering whether President Buhari is taking the identity of Nigeria and turning it into an Islamic country, which they object to.
Why can't those Christians that complain go and fight terrorism in Nigeria or fight the militants in the south?
This one made me throw in the towel.
There are parents in Nigeria with kids in universities and schools abroad who are now facing the possibility of having to pull their kids out. They actually can no longer afford to make the payments for school fees.
Well, if the country cannot afford it, so be it.
But your children will continue their studies, no doubt.
No, those who can afford it can still afford it.
I know. He said, why can't those Christians that complain go and fight terrorism? That's the Buhari. No, that's what he said. This is my reaction. Femi Adesina. Femi, please. Femi, do your job. Please. It's you that I'm blaming for all this. It's you. Nobody else. Nobody. Don't come tomorrow to write a book about what you should have done when you were advising the president. I'm talking to you now. I don't talk my own, no. I don't talk my own. That's it. This is a segment we call Secrets of It's based on the premise that a picture is worth more than 1,000. Good. The picture you're looking at is that of the former Nigerian Chief of Defense Staff, Alex Bade. This is a picture of him in court, Yeah. I know. The EFCC said that they found $1 million in the man's house. Wow. Imagine. That's what they said. Yeah. The man has apparently gone from this, remember, to this. Can you see? I see. Terrible. Here are some of the stories making headlines across Nigerian newspapers this week. Power generation drops to 1,580.6 megawatts, reports the Vanguard. You know what? This is what I'm telling people. Very soon, if you want power in your house, you need to have a long cord and you have to live near Babatunde Fashola so that you can go to his house, and that's the only way. Because there's no fuel, there's no power, nothing. Nigeria to stop importing fuel in 18 months, says Ibe Kachukwu. Do you guys know the guy? He's the minister for petroleum, the assistant minister, something like that. But this is a fact. Ibe Kachukwu, we say, well done. People are not fooled. This is the month that Dangote said that his refinery will begin operation. So that is the month that you are telling us we'll stop importing fuel. Is that should we clap for you? Tell us that Dangote gave you the date to announce. Then we will understand. Ex-head of service, Stephen Oronshaye, rearrested. Did you guys hear the news? Now, this man was arrested before they freed him. Now they've gone back to rearrest him. Now, the funny thing is that this doesn't deter those people in office today. As we speak, the stealing continues. I say, poor Nigeria. It doesn't matter how many people you arrest, they are continuing to steal. Next. Ekiti lawmakers offered $1 million to remove Fayose. This is the cable reporting. The cable, they check their news again and again before they publish. So I know, the cable, you told us what happened and why. But you didn't tell us who. You didn't tell us when. You didn't tell us where. You didn't tell us how. Journalism don't suffer for this cable hand. Journalism don't suffer. How can you tell a story without telling us who, when, where? How? Terrible. My detention scares away foreign investors, says Datsuki. Datsuki, that one is funny. He's a comedian, But he has a good point. Datsuki, your point is well taken. But did you also notice that he scared away Boko Haram fighters? Because since you were arrested, they've been losing ground. Can you explain that to us? Anyway, Jonathan beats Tinubu, Kofi Annan, and 3 others to clinch Africa Leadership Award. Did you guys see the story? He won another award. Let me tell you. The lucky ones are those 3 others that were not named. Because if you had been named, your name is stained with Jonathan beating you. So they are lucky that nobody knows their name. It's just others, 3 others, you know. Can you imagine Dr. Damages was one of the 3 others that Jonathan beat to win an Africa? That would be terrible. I would be like, shame on you. David Mark laments Agatu massacre. Did you hear the story of people killed in Agatu? Yeah. I said, Mr. Mark, show your lament. We don't need it. For 16 years as a senator, you haven't found a solution to this perennial problem. And you are lamenting. David Mark laments. Look at your face. Laments. What have you done? 16 years in the Senate. Nonsense. Police in Brazil detains former President Lula for corruption. Did you guys hear the story? Yes. Did you hear the story, Tomato Jaws? Of course. Brazil. This is a very popular president that did a lot of things for Brazil. He was detained for corruption probe. Hey. Now, this news was received with utmost sadness in Otoke. They were very sad when they saw that. Could this happen to me? Yes. and I had someone say, that is not correct. That is not correct. Emir promised Kanu youths cars, houses to capture, convert Christian girls to Islam. What? That was a sales mom talking to the press. This is what I said. You get this kind of stories when beer parlor news meets the internet. Wow. They mix up and then you get this kind of story. Police detained 14 goats in Osun State, reports the Vanguard. And when you read that, you see the line that says, confirming the arrest of the goats, the state police PRO. I said, man, this is how you wake up you are in Nigeria. Police arrested goats. You know? Only in Nigeria.
Growing up in Kenya, my sister and I were very close. But like any sisters, we fought a lot. She always got new clothes, and I always got hand-me-downs. Now she's putting her children through school in Kenya. We still fight sometimes, especially when I send money for the kids. I tell her, buy some clothes for the younger one, and we both laugh.
With nearly 500,000 locations, our app and online, this is moving money for better.
It's time for your email. Can I touch this? What is this? Wow, this must be expensive. Is it part of the birthday?
It's Fashion Week, so I gotta show out.
You get paid? How much is your allowance?
Fashion. This is where my money goes. This is why Muhammadu complains that I don't bring money home.
I work for the money. So what's
this
the problem?
Is wonderful.
You know what it is?
Where is this from? Brazil?
No, Germany.
Russia. Wow.
Who is this?
No. That's
She's knowing
Sasha.
too much
That's
stuff.
Sasha. Yeah,
you can't be telling her
she's
too
talking
much.
too much now. We'll put her in her place. Let's see. Okay, so do we have emails today?
Every day, doctor.
Okay, let's hear them.
Okay, our first email is from Konishevich.
What? That's Russian. That's Russian.
That's
Russian. That may be the guy in Russia.
In the UAE, Dubai.
Oh, Dubai?
Excuse you?
He's in Dubai?
Russians live in Dubai.
Right.
Okay.
Oil.
I'm a big fan of yours, and I appreciate everything you guys and Sahara reporters are doing. I think it is time for us young Nigerians to step up a little by trying to understand what change is all about. For change to come in Nigeria, $1 is supposed to be 1,000 naira. That is the only way we can create employment. There are over 180 million people living in Nigeria.
Okay.
Why are we going to China to import clothes, shoes, plates, pens, even toothpicks, furniture, and so on?
What?
When we have the money and manpower to bring these companies to Nigeria and employ Nigerians to produce these things.
He has a point.
I'm not only saying that the governments on ground in Nigeria today are perfect. I think that the idea of change is in some of the steps they are taking. But we Nigerians want to come under 6 months or 1 year. It's not possible.
What?
Let's try to make our people understand that it will take time for Nigeria to be where we want it to be.
What?
It will take years for that change to come. Please, let's give them that time and support if we really need this change.
Oh, my friend. Thank you so much. You know, this is my take on this. You know, that people are critical and are complaining should not stop the government from doing their job.
Nope.
When Obama was elected, Republicans vowed to make him one-term president. They vowed to stop him from doing what he wanted to do. What did he do? He sucked it up and went on to perform. The best way to shut your critics up is to perform.
Hey!
Only people who are afraid of critics are those who put their trust in propaganda. That's what I'm saying. Did you get what I just said?
I got it. I got it.
I know you get it. I hope they get it. Next.
Our second email is from Abba Muhammad
Oh!
from Abuja, Nigeria.
It's my friend. You know, we used to eat
friend.
Isiewu, you know, long time ago, when Abuja was still a village, you know. Yeah, what did he want?
He writes, dear so-called damages.
Did I say he's my friend?
Your friend is calling you so-called. Hey, no, let me read the email.
I'm not sure.
Let me read the email.
I'm not sure anymore. Okay.
He said, I just want you to remind President Buhari that he has not yet paid the rent for the Aso Rock Villa. And that I will give him 2 days to pay for it. If not, he will be evicted like the last time he was head of state.
These people are...
And the worst thing is that he budgeted for it. So please remind him that I will not want to disgrace him in front of his family.
What? John Abba.
Abba.
You know that the rent is not due until May 29th. So give the man time. He will definitely pay up. Remember, Abacha's money is coming in from Switzerland. You know, and you know that money wasn't budgeted, you know. and the last time he came, you know, remember what they did? They just chopped the thing. So give the man time. But
I'll pray for you.
You know that was in the budget, but the rent for Aso Rock.
Next? I know nothing. All right, our third email is from Don Peter from Indonesia.
Yeah, I like that country. I like that. The women there are...
The women.
No, I mean...
It's Women's History Month and you're here talking about women in such a way.
It's what God made.
I'll pray for you.
I'm praising God.
Pray
Hallelujah.
For him. Let's pray for him. He writes, please, Dr. Damages. Amen. The sister in the congregation. Please, Dr. Damages, I want you to help me and ask our leaders why they normally travel abroad and see how other countries build their country. But none of them can sit down and think that our country, Nigeria, deserves to be like one of those countries they normally travel to. Or does it mean that those countries was built by animals? Why can't they think for once and say, let them start from somewhere and see if they can get it to the end? I have many things to say, but let me just hold it here.
Thank you.
Thanks and be blessed.
Thank you,
God
Don.
bless you too.
Don, thank you so much. You have a good point here. The real question is, why are Nigerians who have seen all these other parts of the world, why did they not demand? Why are they not demanding?
I don't know.
That we should do more. Our leaders should do more. Why are they praising all these politicians who cannot perform? Yeah, why? Why? That's my question. When are we going to stop, raise the expectations? Instead of praising these people and dancing around and saying that, praising them and dancing and whatever we do.
Whatever you do.
We have to raise our expectations. If I talk now, they go say Dr. Damages don't come again. Next.
Our fourth email is from Oluchi in Nottingham, UK.
UK. You know, I thought I'm going to UK this week. Are you?
In the UK?
Yeah, are we not going to UK? It's a schedule.
I didn't get the
memo.
No,
you will get it.
I will go by myself.
No, you will come.
I'll go by myself.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Who is this? Who? Anyway.
Sasha.
Anyway.
Go ahead.
And it goes.
Yeah.
The only practical political physician on the face of earth.
Wow.
Greetings from the great city of Nottingham,
my
UK.
head is going now.
Of course, I see it.
Go ahead.
He said, I write with pleasure to express my artistic admiration concerning your Ultra Healing Show.
Can we wait, Sasha, can you tweet that thing out? Tweet it out for people to know. Because people don't understand it.
The show won't go on. Oluchi.
Thank you very much.
Making
go
his
ahead.
head big.
Go ahead. Admiration of the what again? This is wonderful.
I need to go home.
Go. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He said, can we see the dance, the pre-email dance you do in white lab coat in the blue attire.
I know. It was wonderful.
Look.
It was wonderful.
He said, on a more serious note,
I wanted
why
to
you
get
need
to
to
that point.
perform surgical operation for serving and intending Nigerian politicians to exercise the promoter gene for corruption and selfishness. Before I forget to send me a copy of the This America Self that prescribe patronage of Dr. Damages and keeping it real for a long-lasting marriage. I wish to make copies of it available to our numerous looming couples at the point of breakage.
Wow, thank you, Oluchi. Thank you so much. What we need is not surgery on these politicians. What we need is disinfectant.
Doctor!
No, we need to spread it across the National Assembly.
Does that work?
It works, yeah. We also need to have vaccine for this anti-corruption vaccine to give your young kids who are being born in Nigeria today. All of them, because the virus is already in the system. We cannot stop it. Now, but the first place to start is for us, all of us, to stop hailing these people, or even sitting down to listen to them when they come out to talk, especially when we know they are corrupt. You should shun them as a proof that we don't condone their behaviors. Now, about this American life, I will forward your email to the author. I think he's a friend of mine on Facebook. Do you know the guy that wrote that crap? Wow. Well, I'll do that. Next.
Our fifth email is from John Abba from Ogun State, Nigeria. He writes, "My dearest doctor, it is with a broken heart that I write to you today. I have arrived at the sad conclusion that it is officially over for Nigeria as a country. I just cannot imagine why our so-called distinguished senators will allow a person who is clearly suffering from a case of denomalitis speak on the floor of the House.
What?
How can somebody in his right sense start advocating for made in Nigeria women when there are more pressing issues at hand? It is a pity. My regards to your crew and to my woman crush, Tomato Joe."
I know, that's why we're hearing this. Now. What can I say? John. Our elders, they said that when the wind blows, we see the bottom of the fowl.
Hey!
So when the man was outside the government, he was anti-corruption fighter.
Hey!
Now he's the bodyguard of corruption.
Doctor!
We shall see. Time will tell. Next.
Our sixth email is from Mandy in Port Harcourt, Nigeria.
Mandy, my friend, yeah.
Your
we
friend.
Used to eat a pepper soup of
soup.
Fish pepper soup.
And she cooked it.
No, she doesn't cook.
And you guys went to the house.
No, we go outside and pay for it.
So
sophisticated
you went to go pay outside
She doesn't.
instead.
No, she doesn't
so
cook.
You
Her
didn't
fingernails.
come to the house to do.
Okay, I'm talking too much. I don't want to
reveal Mandy.
so many things. All right.
You will spill your beans. Anyway, she writes.
Yeah, okay.
Doctor Emeritus.
You see what I'm saying?
I dey vex for Dr. Damage's crew. I know they see periwinkle again now. Now wetin happen? I beg, make she dey show face once to cool my blood pressure. Wanna make Obinda Joe. I beg, the book when I win for your show. You know Greece then I beg. You get wetin I do you? Tell me, make I dey beg forgiveness. I love your show. Shout out to TJ. Shout out to you too, Mandy.
Mandy, thank you so much for this mail. We forwarded your information and not others who want to the publisher and to the author. We are still working on getting them to fulfill their promises. In these days of APC and promises not fulfilled. I don't know. I don't want to believe they are like that, but give us a few more weeks. We'll get that to you. Next.
Our final email is from Abdulrahman Idris.
Yeah, you know him, yeah.
Of course, I know him.
We used to eat suya a long time ago. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, in Taraba.
He writes. So everybody know your history.
Yeah. We eat suya and kunu, drink kunu and
all that. Okay. Yeah. He writes, in your last episode, you talked about Yanusa Yellow, which made me become inquisitive. You always mention Tomato Justice's boyfriend, who is living here with me in Russia.
Yes.
And an idea came up in my head. What if I abduct Tomato? What if you do what?
No, wait. Let's hear him. I'm interested.
What if I abduct Tomato Justice the next time she comes visiting? Will I be a new star yellow 2.1, 2.0, or simply an admirer who has finally gotten what he craved for?
What?
Please diagnose my ailments for me.
I will.
I promise to visit you whenever I land in New York for extensive diagnosis.
Yes.
You need it.
You need it.
Thanks and keep up the good work. As we, your faithful fans, are always with you. What is your name?
Yeah, Abdul Raham. Is that not Abdul Raham? I know him. I remember him. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much.
So you know,
thank you so much. It's obvious that you don't know Tomato Juice. She does not travel without her bodyguards. You doubt me? Look at pictures. Look at pictures from her birthday. Look. Look.
Doctor,
do you think you can abduct somebody like this? You cannot abduct somebody like this. Because she's here. She's sophisticated.
You can't be showing.
Look at that picture.
How many bodyguards?
Look at that picture. Anyway, that's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to drdamages at
gmail.com
and follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damage. Did you forget it?
I forgot. You see that?
We're on Instagram too.
I'm on Instagram. On what? What is that?
Dr. Damages.
Dr. Damages. You see?
Simple.
Can you tweet that out? People don't know I'm on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
What is on Instagram? What is there? I don't even know. Okay.
Dr. Damages.
Here is my no. But what do they post there? Pictures?
Everything.
Pictures?
Everything.
I don't know who
you
handles
can post
this.
whatever you want.
Sasha, send that tweet to them. Here is my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book, The Act of Making Deals by Woody Allen. And it says, 80% of success is just showing up.
Wow.
Just showing up. Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself. So I'm already 80% successful.
You are successful. You are claiming.
You
said you showed up and you are already claiming that you are young Oprah. You are the young Oprah. So how was your birthday? What is this called?
Before you forget, you're not gonna tell them. Let them sponsor the show.
Yeah. Oh yes. Hey, why am I forgetting?
We need the money.
On April 16th, we are going to be in Boston for the This America Tour show with Keeping It Real and Tomato Juice and a lot of actors and dancers and comedians. It's gonna be wonderful. Make sure you get your tickets. April 16th in Boston. We'll give you more details.
My hair will be bigger.
Yeah. that will cost a lot of money. So how was your birthday? Do we have pictures? Why wasn't I invited, by the way?
You've shown pictures without my consent. Why would you ask me now?
Why wasn't I invited?
Why would you ask me now?
How did you do part 1, part 2 of the party? I mean, this is wonderful. You need to plan.
Go big
next
or
year.
go home. Ever heard of that?
No, this is new.
Go big.
Sasha tweeted that go big or go home.
Or go home.
I've been going small.
Until next time.
That's why I've been hanging around here. Thank you so much for watching. Please, I'm begging you. Can you go and watch more? They asked me to do this, otherwise there won't be, things are hard. Watch more. In fact, there's somewhere I'm cooking a goose. Also subscribe to the Sahara YouTube account. What is the name of the account again? Anyway, subscribe. Whatever they say, subscribe. Click on it. Please. For me. Nice. Thank you.